Oops, missed the soon. Apologies, everyone. Hope you're having a good evening. All right. Computer noises can stop. Hey, Matt. Oh no, man. Boat. It's been a while since I've boated it up with Ob. It's not actually the plan for tonight. But just been prowling around. I think my thinking. So last week, Andre did some games with Barang Wu about just playing through some old world champ decks, and it was interesting to see Andre play Replicating Perfection. And I was like, can we make Replicating Perfection happen again? Now we looked at some other grindy HB, but we're gonna do it again because I love going back to that same well. I think the goal here is actually to be slow, not fast, but I still will probably start this out of ASA. So the thing I think is the agenda suite ends up looking kind of like this, and then we do what? Illuminal and, well, let's say an off-world, but we might, you know what, let's be ambitious. Let's do an architect deployment test. It's wrong, but that's okay. I think we're going to do 2 big deals as our closer, but instead of sprinting to these big deals, these are like our late game, I guess, big deals, right? So the whole point of the campaign of the deck is obviously we got to get some Refuge campaigns out. I think we'll probably do some Vovo. Vovo is at least threat 4. Oh, Dev, why you do this to me? Okay, every single time I learn. Every single darn time. Now I'm realizing I'm just building a PD deck right now, and we're gonna find a way to make this not PD. And the answer might be to actually bring in Replicating Perfection at home, which the card is Front Company. We'll play 2 Front Companies. Okay. Ginge is an option. I don't think it does what I want it to do. So now what we want is we want ice that is annoying to hit in HB without breakers, and is moderately expensive to break. I mean, so Cold Lava, yes, for fun. The idea is I want to try and recreate some of that RP energy that Andre and Bob were showing last week. And so I want to try and find a way to make that make sense. Honestly, HB has some good ice for that still, right? We got Drafter, MIC. Yeah, ASA RP is the pitch for the deck, I think. We probably want some wage workers, and maybe we can cut a seamless. Yeah, if we can think of other stuff to make this deck more RP-esque, I'm all ears. I don't know why they did Vovo so dirty and made him threat 4. I mean, we could put in a Void, right? And so now we're just really bad PD. I think the other theory, if I'm like, oh, what plausible case can I make this deck is okay? It's that, like, the lat style decks, like, they have a finite econ in a lot of cases. And so if you can, like, tax that out, it becomes kind of interesting. Okay. So I should say what I'm doing right now. So MIC and Drafter are really nice, annoying things to put on centrals. Ablative Barrier does seem like an obvious include. Brand's probably the other two barrier slots. Is there a code gate that we can... So right now, is Jaguarundi threat 3, and is that annoying enough on centrals, or do you need more tag punishment for that to work? I feel like you need... I feel like Jaguarundi is a B card, and we have none of the B in this deck, right? We don't have tag punishment, and we don't have core damage benefits. So I'm a little bit wary of Jaguarundi, especially when we can just run and sell, right? So we're at 13 ice. 14 ice is like actually borderline playable. We could cut a border control and a Chrysium to put in the Void, so we're back to having Super Friends, and then we just put in another Ablative. Let's see what hands look like. I suspect they're going to be clunky here. That's clunky. Okay, it got playable. I mean, that's a weird and clunky hand. The other thing I'm trying to figure out is if you can play Nightmare Archives with this agenda density. Like, should we be, instead of playing Architect, should we be playing Jaguarundi, Nightmare Archives, and you know what? Let's go in that. Let's try that direction. Let's try that direction. We'll do 2 Nightmare Archives, I feel like. We'll do a Jaguarundi in the place of our Ansel. There's no other core damage, right? I need X core, right? Loop, a Carl, Sentry, Barrier. Oh, score area comes out as core. Did we play Noreen 1.0 as a Lark? You know what? Let's play it as a Lark. We'll swap this back out later. We'll get some big what's this energy. I guess we could put in a Ravana. Okay, now we need to cut 3. Do I think I'm actually big dealing? Probably not. Jaguarundi is threat 4. Oh, that makes this plan way worse, Cold Lava. Threat 4 is not online till the very end of the game. If it was threat 3, I think you could probably play 3 Jaguarundis and put them on every central. Goodness, Jaguarundi and like B1001 with front company sounds very, very funny. We're gonna keep it like this, I guess. So, but we're maybe gonna 15 ice. Yeah, we can cut an ice. Okay, we're gonna cut an MIC, which I know is incorrect. So this is gonna be core damage, Refuge Campaign, and this is gonna be tough, but that's okay. Oop. Let me go find my JNet password. Apparently everything's down. Let me actually switch to a different camera while I do this. Hope everyone's having a nice week so far. I feel bad. My wife and I got dinner out somewhat unexpectedly because I didn't actually eat any real food today, and our dinner was going to be a bit light. And then her dinner did not arrive with all of its components. She missed. It was supposed to come with a side of black beans, and it just did not have any. Okay, new corp deck. Oop. Hit the wrong button there. Bad Refuge ASA. Now we hit some ASA. Oh, sick! How is the ARCS campaign? I've really actually have liked ARCS a ton as a standalone strategy game. I thought it was by far the tightest and most interesting of the Cold World games as a pure strategic war game. A lot of Cold World's other designs, which I think I like, lean pretty heavily on some idea of negotiation and not role playing is kind of the wrong word, but role in I don't know, you have to kind of understand that this is a game and you're supposed to there's a correct approach to kind of look at things. And ARCS felt much more of a fine move kind of strategy game with a little bit of gambling and pushing your luck and stuff. It probably helps that I've won, I think, all of the ARCS games I've played, so that probably tinges my enjoyment of it a little bit. But yeah, I don't know, we'll see. Third player with an Act 3 goal was 2 points from completing it. I don't know how hard. The tricky thing is, hold on, it's hard for me to know what those points differences are going to be. Okay, this is going to be a rough matchup. This will be an interesting matchup. But this is a rough hand, and we kept it by accident. Whoops. Whoops. Definitely meant to mulligan that. I guess it's just going to be Gatekeeper on HQ, and we'll make stuff happen. Okay, this is some kind of imp Lou, so we're going to have some freedom action going here. I'm trying to remember if I put one Eczema virus in this list or not. It's going to turn out to be quite important if I did. Looks like I did. Alright, so there's a en passant in this list. Maybe a second one. Do I give my opponent a card for minus a credit here? Yes. Okay. Let's go new remote. Actually, you know what? We're going to draw first. Then we're going to try and click on cards. And I think we're just going to take a credit here. So next turn, we actually probably get to build quite a bit, assuming that this fires somehow. Well, I do have to protect this Gatekeeper. Playing a forged activation orders. I feel better about making sure I add credits here. Well, I'm on 9. It's kind of interesting to play a forged, I feel like. All right, so we imped just to get some value. Oh, some funky lag here. Okay. So I don't quite have enough ice here. I don't have the Refuge Campaign, which is like the whole point of the list. So let's put a Rashida in a new remote behind a Bran. A drafter on R&D. I think we then do the front company in server 2. And I think I'm going to res it as well. Just to try and make credits at Hotmail have to interact in ways that are unfavorable for him. Because, yeah, I think a drafter fire here is something I'm pretty happy with. I'm okay to trade 2 cards for a hedge fund back into my hand. Actually, is it the ablative back into my hand? I can't res the Noreen, so it actually might be the ablative back into my hand. Then Rashida in a new remote behind the ablative barrier. Now I can't protect either of these cards now that I've resed. So we'll see which direction my opponent goes. They also don't know that, right? I could have gatekeepers down. I could have more ablative barriers down. So we'll see that we might find an Audrey. A reclaim is coming down. We're playing all the recursion. Okay. We're going to use, I think, this Rashida. No, I should use... No, I am actually going to use that Rashida in a weird turn of events. I'm going to give my opponent more information here. Hey, Brennan, I have not beaten Elden Ring. I put it down for a little bit and haven't quite gotten an urge to get much further. I went and beat the... I did the thing where I beat the second Elden Lord. I forget what her name is. Like Moon Queen something or other. And then... made it to the city. Let's see. I guess we're just going to use this as its own archives protection. Plus the Nightmare Archive feels okay. Sorry. And this is already a barrier. Jaguarundi will go on the central. It will probably go on HQ. And I've done lots of weird circling around, not making any major progress in any one area. I haven't cleared, I feel like, any of the areas except the Wizard's Lake. And I'm I was slowly making my way to the city, but I'm slightly underleveled, where if I take if I get 2-shot by everything, and I can kind of... Oh, that's pretty bad. All right, -1 agenda points. I don't hate that, honestly. Oh, this doesn't give extra access on its own. This is just a value divide and conquer. I don't think I mind that too much. Now this, I think on its face, doesn't do anything most of the time. Okay. Are you going to use it on the Rashida? Yeah. That makes sense. All right, the question now is, do I restore this Rashida? Or do I finally draw the whole point of the deck? And I do! Let's go! Okay. So let's draw, install this Refuge Campaign in Server 4. Done. Click for a credit. But yeah, I don't know. It's I ended up switching to sort of a I found a respec thing and respec into more of like a I was trying to respec into a Spellblade build. I probably need to just purge next turn. And like it's moderate. It doesn't feel I honestly feel like I basically just set myself back in terms of a bunch of stuff, but it's it's kind of fun. I think it's like I like the tightness of Sekiro a ton, and Elden Ring is just such a different experience. Why are we using Reclaim to install Solidarity Badge? What? Oh, so we're doing it to draw multiple cards? Okay. That's interesting, I guess. Let's draw hedge fund, install in server 3. Done. And we're just gonna purge on any run here, basically. Yeah, I think this is fine. We're gonna purge. I'm gonna add, honestly, I think I add the virus back to HQ, install a Spin Doctor and a new remote. Yeah, that might be the problem, Nick. It's like my build just feels kind of worse, and I'm like, do I go back and respec and like try and do like I've picked up some very cool, like unique weapons, and I'm like, oh, if I just go back and like respec a second time, I can actually do something interesting this time, and I can use one of my cool like bleed daggers or something. And it's just like, oh, but that's so much. Like I know I only get to do that so many times, and so even though I'm like not loving my build, it just kind of feels like that's what I'm stuck in. I'm also, it's funny, after my last video, someone very rightfully was like, hey, I really appreciate you being more narrative about what you're doing. It really helped make this a nicer listen. And I have not talked about the game that is happening on this table for 1 second this game. So I think I'm supposed to actually I was supposed to restore a Spin Doctor here, or even restore some Ikawas out of the game, which is funky wonky. That's no one. I wish we were Vovo Refuge Gaming. I wish we were Vovo Refuge Gaming, but we can't play Vovo because it's threat 4. That's like going to be 2 turns in this game where it's even active. Like, that's it. We only get 2 turns. I'm like, Dev! We've been baking an Onto in this remote forever. Our only core damage is 2 Nightmare Archives and a single Jagarundi, and we have no way of making sure the Jagarundi lands. We're just wish casting this core damage into existence. The only thing also is if they steal 3 3-pointers, giving them 2 Nightmare Archives also does nothing. Are you really going to go and trash my Refuge campaign now that's broken even? Okay, well, I guess I spent... Oh, he trashes the front company. Little does he know he's fallen right into my trap. I get to just go and restore that front company. Yep, I think that's just the play. Credit, and end the turn. Because I need to actually make a ton of money here. This deck looks like a cool for sure. It looks like a cook for sure. Yeah, it's definitely a bit of an interesting experience. I think for both me and my opponent. I hope Credits at Hotmail is not cursing me here, but yeah, it's funny because I was doing like my classic for Elden Ring. I was doing my classic big guy with a sword. This time I was scaling it off of Dex and bleed rather than just strict strength. And I was like, oh, this is great. And then it's like, oh, let me try spells. Oh my god, what the hell, game? Is this every agenda in our deck? No, we're missing 1 Ikawa. But this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of our 8 agendas. 7 of our 8 agendas are in hand. So we don't need to worry about protecting R&D. I think I'm just going to advance this, click for 2 credits, and we're going to discard the big deal. We're going to keep calm and carry on. I really wish I had discarded both Ikawas, because then I could restore an Ikawa and just make this a 17-point game. Alright, pinhole threading to shuffle back, pinhole threading, and divide and conquer. Okay, what are we trashing here? We're trashing the front company again. Let's go! This is just 2 players refusing to make any forward game actions occur. Just no, sir. No actions for anyone. Oh, a Banhar is actually going to start presenting some problems. Okay. I think this is install, insert... actually, no. We can do this in a more rational order. Let's go advance, and score. And that came off of R&D. Yeah, it can go back on R&D. And then that can be discarded. It's fine. We are holding a mere 13 points in hand. Oh yeah, we're playing an anti-tempo deck. Anti-tempo is the name of the game. We're trying to control the pace of play. We're not trying to push the pace of play. Server 4. Oh, we're gonna lose our Refuge campaign. Click for 4 credits. Run the Refuge campaign. Oh, but we're not at threat 3. Oh, no. Why did I res this? I thought we were at threat. Ah! This is my disappointed face. I am so disappointed. Oh, I should have purged with Mavirus there. I could have sworn that was a Manigarm. That's why I did not even stop and think. Oh, right, right. We have another way to give core damage with Nareen 2.0. Okay. Okay, everything's fine. Okay, so we're going to just do very fair 2015 style Netrunner stuff of in 2014, excuse me, style Netrunner stuff of install a Wage Workers in the Luminal. Oh yeah, I have 13 points in hand plus another 2 points in archives. That's an important part to remember here. Ooh, what's it gonna be? What are you gonna pinhole? Probably server 2. Yep. Goodbye. I guess now, how many pinholes are in the bin? 2 pinholes, probably a third. Okay, the Stocklands Pass is quite scary, though. Stocklands Pass is game ending off of a single divide and conquer. That's so funny. This is a draw. Okay. Let's click to draw. Let's put a drafter on archives. And let's overwrite this, putting this on R&D and end the turn. I'm mostly just trying to pretend that we're worrying about R&D. I am not worried about the 2 points left in R&D. No, it's 3 points left in R&D. I'm not that worried about the 3 points left in R&D. Just fundamentally not that worried. My opponent wants to imp Friday chip. I could just take a turn off and purge at some point. I guess I could be trying to deplete them of total cards because they ban hard R&D with 5 total HP. Okay, yeah, wow, we're rejigging. We are all in on this infinite imp game plan. But I'm just not, we haven't seen an Audrey, and we haven't seen regular breakers, so I'm just not that worried about the board state here. Finding my 1x Mavirus has been pretty good for me. Did we lose something? A hedge fund? Okay. And a refuge campaign. Okay. Oh, that's a bummer. We're going to put this in server 2. We're going to put this in server 3. And we're going to click for a credit. They don't have Ashen, so what's their win con? Their win con is going to be Divide and Conquering. They've shuffled it back and we haven't seen it again. Yeah, Jai, we really could use a refuge campaign about now. It would certainly be nice. Yeah, how much influence is this? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, there's an Audrey in the bin. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah. There definitely cannot be an Ashen right now. Next turn, we're just hard purging, I think. Actually, no, the Rashid is firing, so we'll just do the Mavirus purge. Yeah, I think my opponent is trying to mill me out. I just think I purge once and they lose. Perhaps we should be Divert Power, TA, Thunderbolt, Refuge Campaign gaming. Maybe. I'm honestly amused that I'm gonna like have let my opponent imp like 7 times and I'm not particularly worried about losing right now. Maybe I should be. But I'm just not particularly. We have Ravana is a blank piece of ice right now. So let's put a wage workers behind it. Server 2, res, server 4, gain a credit, and pass. We win next turn if my opponent doesn't deal with the wage workers. All right. Let's res drafter. Fire unbroken subroutines. It's just to be 2 net damage. We're gonna blanket with air blades. We're gonna res a spin doctor. Of course, we hit the Ikoa. Good, good, good. We're gonna shuffle back the 2 points that are guaranteed. And let's shuffle back a hedge fund here. They have no credits, so I'm actually not too worried. They're going to take -2 agenda points. They're back to 0 agenda points. They're going to bounce something from my hand. Trash the spin doctor from my hand. And now they're going to see a card in R&D. But it's not going to be an agenda. So if I purge here, credit, credit, credit doesn't do it. But I think I will just purge. Because I can click for 3 credits and then, like, advance 1 time. Yeah, my opponent actually still has to steal 7 points here, which is kind of funny. The Nightmare Archives did something in a very... not what I was expecting them to, but they kind of did something. I wish I had 1 more credit, but I think protecting the wage workers was more important there. I do actually have to win in a somewhat timely fashion right now. And these things actually start to become something of a liability for turning my opponent's deck back on. I think I do actually just hedge fund here. Yeah, I'm a little surprised they didn't take a core damage either, with 1 Onto in my score area, 1 Onto in their score. Actually, so they didn't have this in their score area. Jai, I have some bad news for you. This deck is not on fully op. We are not looking to win on tempo. We are looking to win on grind. Now, I really, really, really want to res this Refuge Campaign. But it is impossible for Refuge Campaign to pay off here. It is literally impossible. Okay. Going to advance this 1 time. I'm going to click for 2 credits. And then I'm going to discard Ravana 1.0. Now it's up to my opponent to figure out what their line is. Running this is a winning line for them. Running this is probably a winning line for them. Running this is a winning line for them. This is not a winning line for them because I have... I guess maybe it works. Wait. 2 points in there, scale 6. No, there's no points in R&D right now. No, we can't rest the brand right now because if my opponent just runs at server 3, they do get in and I don't get to rest both. If they have 2 rejigs, so I can res the brand now, I believe. 6, I go down to 4, advance, seamless. And he doesn't have the click or the imp counter. They are genuinely trying to deck me here. Absolutely. I just don't know how he's going to do it. Yeah, no, I mean, the game is actually just over on this click here. Because my opponent never installed their single icebreaker. Because that can't be... This is the last Ikoa. Hey, let's go. What's the last card? Yeah, last card, Noreen 2.0. Alright, someone trying to play... the Forge Activation Orders is a very interesting choice. Okay, so... let's put fully ops in and let's cut seamless launches. Because we're playing a slow game, but we do kind of need some cash. And we'll go that way. But this looked a little better than I think it actually is. So let's go. Turn 17. That's the right time to win. Oh man, Ikoa ban. I think it's funny how much is HB still playable? Absolutely. Is HB a deck I would expect to make the top cut at Worlds if you banned Ikoa? I don't think so. I don't think the deck function. I don't think any of the best decks are standard level elite tier viable without Ikoa, despite the fact that Ikoa is not like OP. All right, 419. We're in for a grind fest. They still have a 5-3 salvo testing. All right, so 419. We have to think about a lot of things in this matchup. The reveal is one of them for sure. I'm gonna pay to protect my HQ ice. That's just like a nice little annoying piece of information to deny from them. But I think in general, I'm going to try and give up some reveals when I can get away with them. All right, I actually whoa, this is a good start. Oh, my opponent's just taking some unusual lines here. I'm going to just install a Spin Doctor, install the Ablative Barrier. My opponent can see it all they want. Let's res the Spin Doctor for information here. Let's keep drawing to see if we can find some good stuff. I guess I could have gone for the absolute like galaxy brain play of keep the Nightmare Archive in hand, pay to protect it, and then see what my opponent does about it. But now we get to learn a lot about what how my opponent evaluates board states. How do they evaluate what they're going to do with this Nightmare Archive? Are they going to take minus a point at functionally no cost? Are they going to take a core damage? All right. So now, if they steal exactly a 3, a 2, and a 2, they don't win. If they steal a 3, a 3, and a 3, they still win. And if we can get the second Nightmare Archive, then they don't win on a 3, a 3, and a 2. But right now we haven't actually accomplished anything. So we're going to draw. We're going to play a hedge fund. And we're going to start this train roll. Yeah, their turn 1 was install Chesve, install Kurapira. And then they discarded Harmony of Price. So they are playing almost certainly Shoes 419 list. But I think they're newer to Netrunner. So this is the turn 3. They have now clicked for credits 5 times. Which is not great efficiency. And they discarded a second Reprise. Now, I am not going to defend Reprise. I think it's a little bit better than we're going to see it be here. I actually really enjoy the idea of Nareen 2.0 on Archives here. I find it extremely funny. So we're going to put this on Archives. Pay 1. We're going to fully op. We only get 3 triggers, so we're going to draw 2, gain 4. Front Company is very interesting, and then we're just going to advance our ontological dependency here. Okay, so we've got 5 servers iced up. They have a Bran. Can I shout out the impressive anti-synergy between Ablative and Nightmare Archive? Don't worry about it, Jai. This deck is perfectly balanced with no anti-synergistic cards. Okay, so I res this Bran. I can res this Bran, but I will be punished for it. But I'm just not that worried about a single on HQ here. If I get the Icarus stolen, I am... Fuck! Oh, that anti-synergy. That anti-synergy is coming back to haunt me. Oh, no. Look at me reaping. Oh, no. Look at me reaping. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that was so bad. That was so bad. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Okay. Let's show them a drafter and put Urshita behind it. Actually, hold on. I'm going to undo the click. Let's do the drafter and put the front company behind it. And then we're going to put down the ablative barrier as well. Okay. Diversion of funds incoming. Well, I have to res it. And it's painful that I have to res it. It means I'm actually going down 4-0 here because I am just a buffoon. And I forgot that diversion of funds was a card. I am actually about to lose here. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I don't know why you would click to diversion 1 credit away from me here. I am being saved from my own damn hubris here. I am truly being saved from my own damn hubris. Okay, so I need to hit a fully op here. I have no choice but to hit a fully operational here. Hey. Let's go. All right, so what we're going to do is put the Managarm Void in server 1 and then fully operational. No, we're going to go for... no, this is not a cohort analyze, Chris. We're doing something much dumber. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to install Managarm Anoetic Void in server 1. We're going to let the runner know that we are installing a Managarm in server 1. Then we're going to restore Rashida into server 4. And then we are going to fully operational for 5 triggers. Let's actually just gain 10 credits here. And then res the front company. Let's go. Chris, if you're not looking, you should look at what my archives ice is. This is, as the kids say, a reader. Yeah, I think my opponent not just taking the free 2 points on the board definitely was a big leg up for my chance of winning this game. Along with the way they played the first couple of turns, and I think I may have not played very respectfully after how they played the first couple of turns. They had a great opportunity to punish me for that, but now we got to fully operational for 10, install a Rashida, Managarm Skunkworks, and we're going to get to score an Ontological Dependence next turn. Not turning on any threat cards in our entire deck, though. But that is okay. Okay, frick, I'm just going to greed. I'm just going to keep greeding. I'm going to install Rashida in server 4. You can see that it's a Rashida. I actually don't care. I think it is too expensive for you to go after anything. We're going to advance this. And we're going to ice server 1 in the most confusing possible play sequence. We're just doing full-on HB shell games. And just going from there. Alright, so I can fire Rashida and then still have an action to dump stuff into server 1. Oh, Meteor, I think we've slow rolled this agenda. Yeah, I guess 4 turns is probably about right. We're just slow. This is a classic CTZ. We're just slow cooking everything. Should have named this stream Slow Cooker. That's really what I should have named this stream. Oh, and we got our card. We got the stream name. Let's go. Okay. Let's advance. We're going to score this. And we're going to play slightly suboptimally. And put this Refuge Campaign in server 2. Behind a drafter. No, you can see my Refuge Campaign. Alright, so next turn I think is install Spin Doctor, install Ontological Dependency, or Dependence, excuse me, and then advance. We need, 10 credits to res our Essential Sites? No problem. It's fine. And we're going to be at 8 credits. We're going to be at 7 credits after this turn sequence because of how slow Refuge Campaign is. And my opponent just hit a real credit total for the first time this game. They're picking where the boomerang's going. That's good for me. It's going on HQ, so we probably have a diversion into Mining Accident coming in again. So that's a thing to keep in mind. So actually now I get to save some credits. Server 4, done. You can see my wage workers. Put this in server 1. And we're just going to click for a credit. We've got 9 credits. All is good in the world. All is right in the world. We have 9 credits. We cannot defend this agenda. Unless they let me install a card. But they're probably going to spend a click here. Yep. Alright, are they going to play the second Mining Accident here? Let's find out. Let's find out. They can't actually touch this agenda. They can get at the wage workers. Nope. They are going to play the second Mining Accident. They are very focused on this Mining Accident. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to res this wage workers. I'm going to click. Do I care about the third diversion? Let's just put the Ravana on HQ. We'll pay 1 to prevent. This server still feels reasonably safe to me, even though it's not actually safe at all. The Anoetic Void Manic Arm is probably just enough. And we got the Refuge Campaign ticking. Now we can get the second Refuge Campaign ticking. We'll start having the credits really roll in. Oh, what are we naming? Upgrade on one of the cards that must be an upgrade. Sounds good. Well, if I res these, they'll just start guessing agenda, so it's fine. Yeah, that wake seems ambitious, is I think fair. Yeah, you did. You heard our dog coming back from the outside, walking around. I think this is a click for 4 turn. My wife just got back from picking up some stuff off Facebook Marketplace, so I think the dog went to go and say hello. Oh, but she's in her little soft cone because she keeps trying to eat her tail. And here comes the Hermes. Slightly punished for slow rolling it this much. Alright, Refuge Campaign I think has now made me... It's now triggered 3 times, I think. Wait, I triggered for the first time on turn 9, right? Yeah. And it's now turn 12, so it's triggered turn 9, turn 10, turn 11, and turn 12. So it's now at plus 4 credits. Let's go. Let's go, efficient cards. Let's just... Do I score this? I can score this. I don't... If he wants to try and run through the Bran multiple times, I think I am okay with that. I'm probably actually discarding this ablative as well. How long will I be in SF Post Worlds? I'm flying out, I believe, on Monday. Let me double check. But I will not be there for a super long amount of time. Because I have... Yeah, I'm flying back on Monday, I hope. Yeah, I am flying back on Monday. But I will be there a few days early. So I will, if I have time, I will post stuff about when I am around and meeting up to play people. I think I'll be able to make, barring like running around like a headless chicken. Well, I'm discarding it because the Kurapira, basically. But yeah, you're right, Jai. It is peak sadness. Okay, so we could play to win and like install advance the Ikwa, right? Or we could click for 3 credits, install the Ravana, and wait for the Refuge Campaign to get going. They are breaking the Bran with a Kurapira, a Bad Pub, and a Chesvi. Okay, so if I click for 3, install the Ravana, I'm basically clicking for 2. So I'll go to 13, then 15. So I could, like, slow roll this out. Or I could, like, play, like, a sane human adult. Or I could do the evil third option, clicking for credits, and then installing this in server 1. Do I pay 1 to prevent you from seeing what this is? No, I don't. You can see that that's an Ikwa, because then if I can go credit, I'll go to 16 off of the Refuge Campaign. Credit takes me to 17. Credit takes me to 18. Ah, I'll be short. I'll be short. Ooh, here comes the Cat's Cradle. Have fun breaking a Nareen 2.0 with a Cat's Cradle. Admittedly, this is a rough res. Okay. We took all the seamlesses out. We have no tricks to make it in faster. Click for a credit. Click for a credit. Hit some lag. Click for a credit. And then HQ. And we'll say yes to this one. I need to start my turn on 15 credits to... No. Big deal is 17. Click for a credit, advance, big deal. Yeah, you're right, you're right. I start my turn on 15. Sick, we get to do it. Alright. Advance, big deal. Turn 15. Hey, Daria. I don't think you'll actually like this deck, but I am playing a not a Daria style deck. I am trying to play hyper slow Asa. With front company. And maybe playing the big deal is a little bit of a rude flex when I can just advance out. Honestly, this deck probably wants sprint. This is probably a sprint deck. We could look at what the slots would be. I think it would be like cutting an ice and cutting... What's the other cut? Do we just cut the Nightmare Archives? Cut the Jagarundi? Where's the MCA? Oh yeah, Meteor. My opponent totally had a chance of winning. But Sadstuck, you're totally right. Okay, hold on. We have to... I can't believe I forgot that MCA was a card. Okay. We're going to go back to the drawing board. And do MCA. Okay. Okay, so this deck has three core ideas. It is MCA Austerity Policy, it is Front Company, and it is Refuge Campaign. Now, let's not worry about the fact that one of these cards is not like the others. One of these three cards is very different in terms of power level. Actually, no. Two of these three cards are very different in terms of power level. Okay. I do think the Ice Suite of 3 Ikawas, 1 Send a Message, a Luminal, and probably Off-World Offices is probably correct. Back to the good old 8 agenda suite. Okay, so when does Refuge Campaign become better than Nico Campaign? Nico makes plus... Wait, I have to look up Nico Campaign because I apparently can't remember how it works. Okay, Nico is plus 7. It takes it's plus 7 in 3 turns. And Refuge Campaign is plus 8 in 5 turns. So we need that slow of a game to make Refuge Campaign work. Well, okay, we're playing with Refuge Campaign because the stream is a refuge from the other streamers this week. We're going to be playing, I think, only Standard. I'm just not a big fan of Startup, so that's sort of the joke. Yeah, Nico also draws a card. That's a good point. So we're really talking we need 6 turns of Front Company to make... Wait, no, because I'm not... Wait, hold on. Okay. So after 4 turns, Nico Campaign has made... Or after 4 turns, Refuge Campaign has made 8 credits, but only is plus 4. Nico is plus 7 after 3. Plus 6 after 4. Yeah, plus 8 after 5. And then we're also down a card. So Refuge Campaign, absolutely terrible. Maybe Vovo Ozzetti is the way that you make it make sense. Now, never mind that Vovo Ozzetti doesn't actually change the payoff math. But we're just not going to worry about that fact. Okay. Spin Doctors we definitely want. I think we do want the sprints. Okay, here's the other option. Is we go full do nothing mode. We do Drudge Works. I think full do nothing mode is the winner here. So now we don't need the big deal, so we get those slots back. I think we do play Rashida. It's okay, but 16 assets, that's about as much as we can do. We're gonna immediately cut the Vovo because it doesn't make any sense. I love Vovo. It is my favorite card. If it said threat 3, it would be borderline playable. Threat 2, I think it would be a sick ass card. And maybe everyone would be saying ban HB, and this is why we can't have good stuff. I'm not playing O2 Shortage. I'm not playing O2 Shortage. Lady Liberty? Nah. We are going to play a Wage Workers. Because then we can go credit, 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 click an MCA to be the most annoying person alive. Okay. 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 What's the win con? The win con is making our opponents suffer. And when opponents suffer, they tend to misplay. Yeah, opponents JNet session timing out is our win condition. In all honesty, though, MCA austerity policy is basically a win condition on its own. It just lets us score agendas out of hand. And we can play some viruses to make it work. Okay. MIC actually seems pretty good here. We want, like, expensive central ice. And now we don't have to run any of those silly core damage cards. Like, genuinely, the deck got 4 cards back completely. Ablative has become much better again. Gatekeeper is probably solid. And do we play the one of Tatubola? Can we do better? We could play the last front company, but I don't feel like we need that many front companies. Oh, we're definitely gonna want fully operationals. Okay, we're gonna do the thing I hate doing when deck building, which is slim down. I hate slimming down. That's a sign that you've made a mistake. Sign you're trying to do too much. Okay, hear me out. We cut the Rashidas. 16 ice. No, 15 ice is too many ice. 14 ice is probably enough. Is border control worth considering? Yes. Problem being, how do we make the influence work? We cut him a virus. We cut an ablative. We play a border control. Maybe we don't need 3 restores. Maybe 2 restores is enough. Is fully operational good here? Sad Stug made me do it. Okay. It was Sad Stug, right? Oh, Sad Stug was saying DBS, DBS, DBS. Ooh, that's a very good one. Okay, how do we make the cuts work for this? Okay, we're gonna play 2 fully operational. Play 2 fully. Oh yeah, of course the ice is too expensive right now. But we're an asset deck. Who needs ice? We also only need to res our central ice. That's the idea. Oh, we gotta go import the deck. Actually, this is YouTube/Twitch. Court. DBS Prison ASA. We got the card that says play Asa the 2. We are just converging on Mirror Morph Prison, but unlike the people that play Mirror Morph Prison, we're playing it in a good ID. And so it's going to help us win games rather than baiting us into playing bad lines. So... does it need Warroid Sad Stuck? Yeah, but then we have to cut ice. And then why are we playing... Okay, but maybe that's right. Okay, yeah, 3F... It's going to help us win games. 3X Refuge Campaign. Ooh, I don't... Oh, did I lose stream? Hopefully I'm not dropping too many frames. Yikes, it looks like I might be. Apologies, people. My new office might have some downsides. Say that again after dawn. Hey, I'm gonna put a stipulation in the rules that if you are the organized play manager, any ID ever printed is legal in every format. I don't care that that's not going to happen or work, but I will make that... I will hide that in white text somewhere in the document. And then when I drop from running OP to go... Oh, wait, but I can't drop from running OP and still do it. When I play in Worlds, I'll just be like, nope, see, I'm allowed to play Asa. I know you balanced the entire format around Asa not being there. Remember when you played fully up for 10 and then immediately you cut it down to 2x? Fine. Fine, Nick. Make me do that instead. Who wants hedge funds in their Asa decks anyways? I would love to figure out, and man, this, like, I'm excited for Dawn allowing everyone to get into standard, like, without having to worry about it, right? Print and play completely there, completely supported. You can get it from the website. You can order all the cards if you want. That's sick. And yet, as I'm like already starting to theorycraft, this hand's gas. This hand is so sick. This hand rocks. Click one, my opponent stalls bones. Click two, I resign. But yeah, I would love to. I'm also at the same time really interested in how you can make a throwback. I'm interested in making a midpoint between Eternal and NSG Standard that. No, you know why Doof isn't real? Because we fucking duck it with a Refuge Campaign. We'll duck it with a Refuge Campaign like a boss. You can't be doofed if you have no money. Yeah. It's fine. We're also going to have no money next turn after resing the Refuge Campaign. Okay. Do I res this Ablative Barrier? Instead of -4, it's only -2. Classic, yeah. This is how we're thinking tonight, and we've been undefeated so far. Okay, genuinely, I think I need to let my opponent trash this MCA austerity so I can let Refuge Campaign tick for 8 turns to get the same value as a Nico campaign. Okay, so we're only down 2 credits from where we were last turn. We're gonna make this work. We're gonna make this work. We have a restore in hand. We can off-world office install. Pretty Mary comes down. That's interesting. Let's click the MCA. Install this. No, we're not going to install this off-world the new remote. We're going to install the Spin Doctor new remote behind a brand, and then we're going to click for a credit. It is actually Refuge Campaign. I have called it Refugee Campaign for a lot. Okay, that's really bad. That's really bad. I need to try ice right now. I need to try this like immediately forever ago. Oh my goodness, I'm actually fucked. Let's try and get this off-world office out of the hand. No! Oh, this is not looking good. It's not looking good for our hero here. It's okay. We have a Refuge Campaign. How can we lose? Indeed. How can we lose? Okay. We're going to install, not res the wage workers because we can't afford to. And then we're going to install on HQ. I have not played high quality strategic Netrunner games, but man, have they been very funny. I did put flop on the deck, and credit to Nick Mason, he made me put 3 copies. I was going to play 2. My opponent's going to see 4 cards here, but they cannot steal any of the Ikoas, so it's absolutely fine. There's no way they find the 1x send a message. No way they find the 1x send a message. Oh, I forgot to click the MCA. Interesting. Hey, there's the fully op. Okay. Let's play the fully op. We're going to draw 2. Draw 2. Gain 2. Install this MIC on RNT. Click MCA. Res a front company. We have achieved the lock. Except it's not a lock at all. There's no locking here. Just taxing. Just taxing. Alright, so if we don't draw an agenda here, we just click the MCA again. I think this is called bullying. I think I'm going to go to NSG jail for cyberbullying here. I'm pretty sure this turn is illegal under some sort of conventions. Maybe I don't have the credits to make this illegal. Okay, so now I've installed once. I install again. Install again. Restore the MCA. And then click it once. Okay. And now we end the turn. I just did a couple of actions, and my opponent only gets 2 clicks in return. And then I get a Rashida Fire. All right, we got the second Refuge Campaign. We are cooking. Draw. New remote with an MIC. And new remote, that's just a Refuge Campaign. Yeah, Refuge Campaign. It's carrying this game. It is the I forgot to click MCA. I'm such a doofus. I can't believe Whee! Roller coaster. It's a roller coaster on stream tonight. Refuge Campaign Busto. It's basically Blue Moose. Uh, yeah, I mean, I do res this MIC. Oh, and then I pop this MIC. I could also just res the Refuge Campaign here, which achieves roughly the same thing. I guess I could have denied the boomerang, which might actually be relevant for me, like, not losing the game, but let's not worry about that. Let's not worry about that. Okay. We're going to click MCA. Actually, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to undo click. We're going to install 3 things somehow. What's this? This is an MIC? Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to install this in server 8. We're going to install a Spin Doctor new remote. We're going to install a Refuge Campaign new remote. And then we're going to remember to click the MCA. Okay. Okay. We could Judge Work 6, but our agendas are probably safer on the board right now. Also, Front Company has just been silent, like genuinely just turning off Miss Bones here. I actually think my turn might be advance Ikawa 3 times, click MCA. I think that's my line. Did I install a Rashida? I did not install a Rashida. Yeah, this is click MCA 3 times. Or advance Ikawa 3 times. And then click MCA. Is that right? Yes, it is. Okay. Next turn, we make 6 credits off of 3 refuge campaigns. That you cannot tell me that that is not sick. Cannot tell me that is not sick. And it is difficult. Oh, my opponent played a window of opportunity. Oh, that's spicy. That's real spicy. They only have 2 credits, so they can't win the game off of running HQ here. Oh, wait, they can because they have a Chesvi. Oh, fuck, I'm fucked. Oh. That's so funny. I mean, we're basically we both just lost a turn to this whoop. Okay, but trip for 6. Click MCA. Oh. 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 They said GG, but it was BG. I mean, I don't blame my opponent. This is just toxic and, like, kind of mean. We spent 12 credits resing Refuge campaigns instead of 6 credits resing Maryland's. Yeah, how many Refuge triggers did we get? Let's see. Refuge campaign to gain. Okay, so we gained 14. We gained 28 credits and spent 12. So we went plus 14. If we had instead... So Maryland's each trigger 4 times, which I have to imagine is the same math. Like, I don't think on average... 3 times 4 would only be 12 triggers. So we got 2 more triggers than 3 Marylands would have gotten. Right now, admittedly, for those 4 extra credits, we paid 6 credits. So absolutely, by no possible metric is it worth it. Absolutely by no possible metric. But I'm not going to take them out. It's the name of the stream. This is our refuge from startup for this week. Oh, we didn't even draw the DBS. Hey, Jordan. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I don't love MCA either. It was worth it. We dodged doof. That's a good point. We did we even dodge the doof? Yeah, we did dodge the doof. Yeah. So value. We got value out of one of those reses. We couldn't have dodged all that doof with a Maryland campaign. So clearly this is correct. Okay, now we're basket rolled, I think. Let's see. We'll have to see how good Enzite Bob is playing the deck, because I think we have some outs. This is a very slow opening hand, but I think that describes the entire deck. Let's ice R&D first, because I want to punish trick shots. Should put them on Warroid trackers just to keep them safe. All right, time for my opponent to read. Let's install wage workers. Click for 2. Let's see if my opponent goes and takes down the Refuge Campaign now. Wheels, okay. Yep, so we really have to get some stuff down. Wage workers is going to get trashed here. That's just the cost of doing business. We know... No, sir. Okay, getting a Refuge Campaign off a pinhole feels kind of worth. It feels kind of worth. I don't think it's actually worth, but it certainly feels like a moral victory that my opponent spent an influence pip and 5 credits to go after a Refuge Campaign. Now, if I had Manic Arms in the deck, I would feel better about it. But I don't have Manic Arms in the deck, so my ability to score is a little limited. Okay, which card do I put behind the ablative here? This is the important question. Maybe none of these. I'm going to put this out on the table. My opponent is down 1 overclock, 1 pinhole, 1 SMC. Comes a stone ship, so... Oh, but they're not holding the stone ship, so I can play Spin Doctor games here. Okay, now we're gonna figure out if my... Now we find out, does my opponent trash a Refuge Campaign on site? And the answer is yes. Oh, please hold. Okay. Let's go new remote. Let's go HQ. And let's fully opt for 5. All right. All right. So we're going to shuffle back, I think, the front company and the wage workers. Oh, I thought you were making a joke with ice to feed the ass. Oh, I didn't pop the spin doctor like I said I would. Well, now I definitely should. So I don't think I want to get that much extra ice on the board. Maybe I do, actually. Because, like, the funny thing is taxing out the propeller counters is completely relevant here. MCA and MIC here. I think it's actually just install. Is this a restore? Okay. Do I restore the Refuge Campaign here and put myself completely in the hole? I really, really want to restore a Refuge Campaign, but I cannot in good conscience restore a Refuge Campaign this turn. Maybe I was supposed to restore the front company. Yeah, restoring the front company instead of the spin doctoring it back was actually the correct play. Just not I was not thinking about the aggressive restore play. My opponent, I think, is digging for breakers and probably some modicum of cash. Comes a Parisha. I think it's maybe a little late for the Parisha, but probably not. I have to find that front company. I don't really want to use the last spin doctor here. Oh, it's not the last one. I still have the one in archive so I can restore. Unity discarded, so that's going to be a simulchip target. Actually, I'd like to see Unity into the MIC. I think... Spin Doctor and a new remote. Fully operational. We're going to draw 2 cards. Gain 2 credits. Gain 2 credits. Click MCA. And shuffle back. Or discard 1 Ikawa. Anacam comes down. Simulchip comes down. Man, if we had restored that Refuge Campaign, we'd have broken even by now. What am I doing? What am I doing? Why didn't we flop click 1? Because I'm not playing super seriously right now. Let's ice up archives and click for a credit. I'm more just having fun. I think they're like part of my theory is that Sokka's Lat is pretty well tuned to beat pretty aggressive corpse. And so if you can shift the tempo and deny them some of the value off of the trick shots against not top 20 in the world level lat players, you probably have some lines that you shouldn't. Um, and so I think that's kind of what we're seeing here, but I think we'll find out. Do we have one MCA in the bin already? We don't, so we can restore. Okay, yep, this does seem like a good time to MIC because that's going to eat the entirety of this encounter. It probably eats the Parisha, and then the entirety of the trick shot goes. Are we Ficeraming this? Oh, revolver, simul chip, get the unity. Okay. Yep, makes sense. Cannot steal the one Ikoa left in the deck. Yeah, we'll res this MIC as well. I should have put the Luminal on the board. Lesson learned. Boost, break. Break? Yeah, opponent can get in here. I could think about protecting this MIC, but I don't think I actually need to. I think I just restore and fully up and do it again. Because we know the top card of R&D is not an agenda. And so we have a couple turns here. Ooh, DBS is nice. Okay. Let's try and get a piece of ice. Nice, nice. Border control's okay. Maybe it's actually just install the Luminal this turn. And then we'll fully operational gain 8. All right, simulchip install, res the daily business show. We'll put Bran on the bottom. We'll triple advance. We'll score. We'll install MCA in server 1. Res, click, credit. The 6 is probably the scarier number for this deck. Man, if we had gotten rid, if we had actually restored the Refuge campaign, just think how rich we'd be right now. How much richer we would be if my opponent decided not to interact in that situation. Next turn is probably click MCA, put another MIC on Okay, I guess not, but that's fine. We'll just restore the trashed MIC. Or maybe even just install and advance the ICOA now. Maybe not now. Let's install this, the new remote. Let's restore MCA in server 1. Let's click MCA. Yeah, so we're just gonna try and grind opponent out here. It's gonna be very difficult because Refuge Campaign is such a slow econ card. It's arguably not an econ card. I don't res here. I just let my opponent spend 2 to trash a Refuge Campaign. They didn't spend that 2 to trash the DBS. Oh, they chose to leave the Refuge Campaign. It hurts how correct that line is. It hurts. Man, though, if we draw the front company, we're gonna be cooking with gas. Do I feel like taxing a propeller counter? I think I do. I think that's more important than resing this Refuge Campaign that I can't defend next turn. Like, my goal here is to tax a simul chip eventually. That's really all I'm going for. Like, spending 6, but yeah, obviously 2 of that is recurring to trash. I'll take it. I'll take it. Ooh, it's a nice fully op. Well, not really. Yeah, I know we can't afford that Refuge Campaign. It's a real tragedy here. Okay, so I have no spin doctors left. So what we're gonna do is we're going to restore, put the spin doctor in server 6. Done. Oop. Oh, I have to res it. That's a good point. We're gonna play fully operational. We're gonna draw 2, and then we're gonna gain 6. And then we're probably losing this ICOA. I probably should have just drawn 2. I don't think losing this ICOA loses me the game. Maybe that's an absurd statement to say. Oh wait, have I clicked the MCA yet this turn? Let's do that. I don't know why I thought so. That looks rough to take that long before clicking an MCA. We are out of fully ops. We can shuffle. We might shuffle back 2 more fully ops here. Okay, my opponent is gonna go to no credits, so I'm not that worried about the ICOA steal here. You love to see it. You love to see it. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. And now we get to res the Refuge Campaign. Let's go! Minus 2 credits. Hype, hype, hype. Okay, okay. Um, let's see. I think front company behind the drafter is like an actual threat. Oh, it's not actually a threat though. Uh, let's just put drafter on HQ. I also could have drudge worked it back and stuff, but my opponent now has to single it out of HQ. We can't res the ice protecting this refuge campaign, so it's very likely to be a click and negative 2 credits for us, and 2 clicks and negative 2 credits for the runner. So basically will have paid for itself. I think my opponent's going to have to trash this. Okay, that's 1 simul chip down. You'd love to see it. Oh, I guess they can cupulation it. Wait, that means all their simul chips are gone? Or 2 of their simul chips are gone? They have 2 simul chips and +1, and so they either can't break sentries for the rest of the game, or they can only break 1 more barrier for the rest of the game. Okay, coupulating my refuge campaign I think is a war crime. I don't think that's allowed. You're gonna DJ Fenris me? Credit. 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 Ooh. Spicy trick shot. There are a lot of points in R&D. But it does eat the entirety of the trick shot. Oh. Oh, what a tragedy. Yeah, that's bad. That's pretty bad. What did we draw in the mid game? I feel like we just drew. Oh, we drew all of our operations and none of our installables in the mid game. So maybe we need to cut operations to put more assets on the board. Maybe we need to take out the refuge campaigns from Maryland campaigns. If we had done that swap, we'd also actually be in a very good spot. Okay, so I think we go drudge work in server 4. Res. Shuffle back in Ikawa. Click MCA. We're not going to worry about the fact that we have another Ikawa in hand. Our opponent does not know we have another Ikawa in hand. They think we shuffled back the only Ikawa. Now, admittedly, we made the density R&D absurdly high. So let's put some non-agendas back in R&D. Let's put back a restore and a fully op. Don't lose off of 6 central accesses. Let's see what we can do. I don't think we're winning this game. I think my theory of we will tax out the lat is probably not coming to fruition here. Oh yeah, please do spend your last couple revolver counters on this. This feels weird. I guess my opponent can like DJ Steve into HQ, show me 2 simul chips. And I can't really threaten to win because I don't have any econ. So, you know, that's on me for playing a bad deck. We have 1 fully op. If we draw into the fully op, we're very happy. We just go Wage Workers, fully op, MCA. I think the second card in R&D must be trashable. Discarding a clot? That's interesting. Oh, wow, we made it happen, though. Okay. Server 4. Done. Click MCA. Fully operational. Game 6. We're seeing an overclock onto HQ. Did my opponent call my drudge work bluff? Or are they just going for their simul chips now before they have to go into this server? I'm betting it's that one. We're about to find out. They do win the game if they trash the cupulation here. Pinhole threading and pinhole threading. It's not the card I was expecting. I did not feel terrible because most of those accesses I knew were not going to be agendas. Okay. So we could make the reasonable call and cut the refuge campaigns for an actual econ campaign. This deck is begging for a Maryland campaign. It is begging for a Maryland campaign. But we're going to play No Changes one more time. And then we'll do one with Maryland's. The nice, because Maryland also keeps your agenda density low. Yeah. I don't know. Should we do it? Should we let's make the deck like 10% better. We'll make the deck. It genuinely might be that much. Oh, it's Toron. Hey. Hey. Let's see what some Reg Hosh can do. Okay, hedge fund. Rashida with an ablative. Maryland. And we just give up 2 points on turn 1 and don't think about it. 3 to trash a Maryland. Click 1. I mean, that's a very nice start for me. Banhart is going to be an interesting card to play around. But I don't think the end of the world. I can also just do this. And we're just not, again, we gave up this off-world office we already gave up. It is already in Toron's score area. That's just how I'm going to play this matchup. Okay. My next 2 ice, though, do need to go on centrals. No matter how good the assets I draw are, next 2 ice go on centrals. Playing Strike Fund for cash. You love to see it. You love to see it. Oh, this is a slightly big deck. This is what, 48 card Hosh? Okay. The ice have to go on centrals, and this is a really a sequencing turn here. Because we need to turn our front company online. And if front company just ends up reading -2 ice, that's okay. Yeah, I'll res the MIC into this. I'll do 3 net damage. What did we hit? A leech, a twinning, and a ban. So this is, we're just gonna be shown 2 strike funds, but that's fine. Okay. So I think this is no. This is Spin Doctor and a new remote. Res. Drafter on R&D. And I think we put this off-world in server 1 this turn. Next turn we hope to draw a cheaper ice to put the front company behind, I think. We do have to res the MIC, which is unfortunate. Oh, Toron's decided better of it. Okay. Oh, nope. He's undecided better of it. Yeah, I will just clear out a hand again. Once some lag clears, I guess. MIC putting in some real work. Does hit a strike fund, a sure gamble, and a Banhar. Let's hope I draw a cheap piece of ice. That's not cheap, but it's going to qualify as cheap. So we go up to 6. And then we res a front company. And our trap is set. Now, Toron can just take 2 damage on any server here and then go and trash the front company. Running R&D to take 2 damage seems fine. I guess that is the tricky thing, though, is he can't guarantee getting through R&D here. Wait, what? Oh, not protected by ice. Oh, shoot. I misread how this card works. Yeah, you know what? I just threw away 2 credits for nothing. And we're just not going to worry about it or talk about it. It's just never happened. no need to worry or think too hard about what just happened and how I did not read my own card. All right, but credit, advance. We're going to score our first off-world office. Toron has to install the breaker right now, and of course he does. I think that's okay. It's not ideal, but doing 3 damage, we could probably grind him out for just the 2 points here. I needed him to draw the cleaver 1 click later than he did. If he drew it 1 click later, the off would be safe. Let's click to draw. We'll put Gatekeeper on Archives. And click for a credit. And we're just going to hope that we draw some assets next. We could shuffle back the front company in the MCA. Or even the fully opened I don't want to shuffle back from Maryland here. Okay. Toron clicks for 2 credits, plays the price, trashing a Maw, Raindrops, Buzzsaw, and Twinning. It's the second Twinning that's hit the bin. It's a difficult choice here. Stalls the Buzzsaw. So, not quite sure what the Buzzsaw strengthening tech is going to be. Let's click to draw here. Okay, so let's go off-world office in server 1 behind a drafter. Maryland, oh, that's not how that works. So I'm still gonna just put the Maryland down. Because breaking the MCA does cost a pretty penny here. So I could actually fire this MIC before these subroutines fire to deny Toron 3 card draws. I mean, it's cute. I don't know if it's good. Because it was just going to be cycle 3 cards. Well, I guess this makes it 2 clicks. It's a loss of a 6 credit ice, which feels very wrong. But I do get to go install Bran on HQ, play fully operational, and advance. Alright, so Toron needs to have an install here to make this buy-a-bands worth it. I think, because there's nothing valuable in HQ here. There's not even a chance of stealing a Nikoa. And we're going to break even on Resing of Maryland. A Takobi, okay. That's a little unfortunate. Takobi is much better into Bran, obviously. So instead, we put the Ancel on HQ. Done. I guess we put the Bran on server 3. Then we gain 8. Yeah, no more Refuge. All right. What's our plan next turn? I guess we can just do some install bamboozles on server 1. I guess we don't actually get to do some install bamboozles on server 1, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Yeah, it does definitely feel a little bit silly that we're going to spend 6 to deny our opponent draw 3. Probably wasn't worth it in retrospect, but felt good at the time. Maybe I was supposed to put the other brand in front of HQ to double stack HQ. It's probably correct. Do I risk the sand cell? Yeah, I'm gonna want this. I'm gonna want this. Looks like the last card was Steel Skin Scarring. Got 1 Steel Skin, 2 Strike Funds, 2 Raindrops. I don't think we're going that wide this game. Alright, so Daily Cast is indicative of a certain play pattern here. And it is not one that involves challenging the remotes, which is interesting. Three, 4, 5. It's 5 credits to get in, so Toron will just about have that, but may not be aware of that fact. Or I can restore MCA into a new remote, install the brand from HQ, click, click. Maybe I was supposed to advance one time. I think I want to try and get Toron's credit total extremely low. Server 5. Yeah, I think I don't mind exchanging 2 credits and 2 clicks for this line. Oh, I get to keep it. Even better. Let's go click. Draw, draw, sequencing. It's a good thing I sequenced my turn properly so I could make sure I made appropriate plays. Mimic comes down. Steve is on this server. But Bran is flatlining. Or not. Yeah, scoring is to be difficult here. It's going to be very difficult. How many fully ops have we played? 2 of them. I might spin Doctor back a fully op. Yeah, this is why you don't play this I don't have a forward plan unless I can stick 3 assets game plan is because you just kind of lose a lot of the time. Oh, okay. We get an extra trigger off of it, which gets us time to set up our front company trap. Gain a credit. And funny thing is, if I res the front company, I can't do many other scary things. Like, it doesn't actually do anything here, but it kind of looks like it does. My opponent, though, is Turon, and he's playing very intelligently here. Just ignore me while I'm doing nothing, while I'm not actually advancing my board. And then you kind of go ham and go and win the game. If we can find the Drudge Work, I'll be pretty happy. That's probably our next tool to get back into this. Because Turon is running out of cards to Banhar with. And HQ is not a fun server to get into. Trying to think. This is actually a good res, I think. Because this lets me fix my hand. Oh boy. We'll shuffle back 2 agendas here. Alright, so Toron's about to run out of cards here. So we hit 2 labor rights. There might be a 3rd labor rights in the deck. And something we're going to have to do is restore a Tricky Ice onto Archives. Because it does become a turbine thing. Like, charging up the Takobi here is actually pretty correct for Toron. Yeah, and here it comes. How do I play this out? This could be a tricky one for sure. Let's shuffle back this and this. Yep. Well, if I get this Rashida Fire, I'll be pretty happy. I guess Torn has to choose. Does he go after Rashida or does he go after my HQ this turn? Oh, okay. Well, 4 Takobi counters might be enough to win the game. I think we're going to find out. Okay. Let's go Luminal on server 1. Overwrite on Archives. Click for 6. And now we present arguably problems. I'm not sure if we present in practice any problems. The drafter on R&D is also not great. It's 2 credits to get a Takobi counter, which is better than Buzzsaw, which is getting it for 1. I think we're probably losing here. But, yeah, that's the Ikoa. Oh, I was thinking it was sending a message. I was like, oh, good, I get to res this. But no. Toron just runs server 1 here and we lose. He has to run this click. No, it's actually too late now. So we do get to score Luminal. So we get to get on the board. Shuffles Maw, Twinning, and Sure Gamble back into the deck. That is an ambitious Maw, I think. I don't think you're getting cheap singles off of my centrals for the rest of the game, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you don't need them because you just played a Sure Gamble for roughly $1 million. Okay. Let's go MCA. Res. Click. And I don't think I want to restore here. So we will Spin Doctor server 3. Tip tap, tip tap. Dog's getting its night drink. Do I res? Yeah, I think I do have to res here. Yeah, sure. Maw and Leech. Alright. So we just hope now that we pad out our hand with Ikoas. Alright, well we did manage to pad out our hand with an Ikoa. I suspect it's not enough. Oh. Wow, and the Maw hits the wage workers. Why, DBS? Why you gotta do me like this? Why you gotta do me like this? Let's click to draw. And click to draw. And we're gonna do the old school shuffle. If I can get 2 copies, if I can draw my other Ikoa, somehow discard it, and then did I forget to MCA? No, I did it first. Okay, good. Yeah, this leech is a real problem. It's going to be difficult to grind value out here. DBS is a card I would have liked. Maybe we can restore the DBS. I think we're actually clicking the MCA and scoring the off-world office this upcoming turn. Yeah. Gain 4 clicks. Server 1. Done. Advance, 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 score. All right, we just need to land one more MCA. Somehow we'll win the game that way. Let's not worry about how. I might actually need to restore the MIC onto HQ here. I think that's actually essential for me. Do I have 2 restores in here? I don't yet. So I think it's play restore to put back an MIC, or to put an MIC here. Then spin actor, shuffle back 2 restores. Oh, well, now I can just shuffle back 2 restores immediately. Oh, wait, I have 4 points in archives. I don't get to do any of this. Oh my goodness, I'm getting away with it. And then we'll put Rashida in server 1. Okay. So now I can maybe shuffle back a restore and a spin. Right now I can shuffle back a spin doctor and restore. Next turn, if this drudge work survives, I get to shuffle back 2 restores. We're going after server 3 with Banhar. Yeah, credits are credits here, and my credits are coming in faster. I do have to get 2 for 1 here. Actually, do I? Yeah, I guess I do. All right. Yeah. Goodbye, Rashida. You did your job. Yeah, Jacoby has an infinite counter, so purging doesn't do that much anymore. Credit totals are still attackable. I think. We'll see. You know what I think you might want to do if you want to take down Runner's power is you just ban DJ Fenris. Like, it takes so much of the late game inevitability out. Okay, and let's not play too fast and loose. Like, I'm pretty sure Toron's never running archives here, but we could use 3 credits as well. I wonder how much value this Steve has generated. It's like a pinhole, 2 sure gambles, 2 daily casts, or at least 1 daily casts. I do like this rig. I think Leech to Kobe is a really nice switch up from Turbine. Especially if you're going to be playing this style of Maw rig. GG. Well played. Yeah. Ground out over 30 minutes of what I'm sure was super exciting given the fact that there was no comments during that entire game. But thank you, everyone. You know, so it goes. Um, Meme deck is meme and does struggle. If you're trying to value pile and then runner shows up with value Hosh, you're gonna get piled on. So that makes sense. Um, I think that is. I think that's gonna do it for me. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Buy your Worlds tickets and be on the lookout for a probably early next week, sometime next week, fancy new version of the organized play policies. Um, and Yeah, Worlds is right around the corner. A lot of things are it locked or in line to be locked in the next week or two. Look forward to seeing you all there. Russell did a fantastic appearance on the Metropole grid, showing off the world's top 8 deck boxes. I am a little bummed. I did not think to commission a ninth one for myself, and you know, um, and abuse all of your funds for it. But no, a huge also shout out to everyone who does support NSG in some way or shape or in some way, shape, or form financially. It helps us throw Worlds. It helps us do great events. So really, thank you. And Worlds is meant to be a gift back to all of you. So hopefully that pays off, and you'll all be excited when you see the results. Even for those of you who can't make it in person this year. And with that said,